The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of my Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Y'all started from PBS Kids, what you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. So, April of 2009 is a very interesting time when it comes to Disney Channel because there are two things that came out during this month in regards to Hannah Montana that changed the series forever. On April 19th, 2009, the big plot twist was revealed that Oliver and Lily were dating. Now, many people have expressed that they didn't necessarily like it when the show pulled this, and I wasn't here for it all that much. But that is not when the show died. The show actually died a week before, April 10th, 2009, when they released Hannah Montana the movie in theaters. Yes, a movie that made over $100 million at the box office is what made Hannah Montana die. Because that showed us where Disney Channel's priorities were with this franchise. The main reason Hannah Montana the movie pisses me off solely contributes to the fact that it just exists. Like, that shit right there just frustrates me. But it just made me realize that this is not just a problem with this entire franchise. It's a Disney issue overall. Hey y'all, it's Harriana and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harriana and welcome back to the Pirate Ship, also known as Harry Hood's Pirate Ship. I am the captain, you... Ooh. Let's run that back. I am the captain, you are not my first mate. I don't got no first mate because you want to know why? Bring your ear closer so I can tell you something and let you in on a little secret. I tell everybody this shit when they come onto the pirate ship. Nobody's worthy of being the first mate, but hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harriana and I like to make content based on nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. Now, we are in Disney-cember. Disney-cember is a series that I do every year during the month of December where I talk about Disney media and just things that are related to the company as a whole. Yes, I got the idea from Doug Walker. We have that established. Now let's just move forward. When I was sitting there and talking to you guys on my community tab, I was just very curious about, like, a lot of shows have a moment where they died. And I was like, you know what are some series that you guys felt like died? Because I've already covered the fact that I felt like Kicking It died when Olivia Holt left the show. And I talked about how Para Kings died when Mitchell Musso got fired. But thinking about Hannah Montana, because somebody had mentioned that Hannah Montana had a point where it died, and they said they felt like it died at the end of the third season. But honestly, in my opinion, Hannah Montana died when that movie came out, because that was when I realized that this was more so a money thing than just like a do we actually care about art thing. So much of this year's Disney-cember is just basically in defense of art and doing what is best for the said thing. Now, before the Hannah Montana the movie had came out, we basically had the Best of Both Worlds concert movie, where basically that was just a documentary film. I honestly really do enjoy movies like that, and I did enjoy the Best of Both Worlds film, but basically the entire movie was about Miley being on tour for Hannah Montana. Sometimes she was Miley, she had her music she performed when she was just Miley, but then she also had her music that she performed when she was just Hannah, and it was very different from one another, and it was very interesting to see because we got to see Miley was who she was as a person and that Hannah was like her alter ego. It was actually very funny because Hannah dressed completely different than Miley. Hannah had the blonde hair, she had the real wild and colorful, basically looking like she walked out of a Justice Store type outfits. But then we have Miley, where it's a bit more of this punk rock type. The music was a bit more alternative, while Hannah's music was way more poppy. It was something that was super duper cool, but you actually got to see that there was so much work and creativity that just came into the creation of Hannah Montana. Because Hannah Montana, while this was a artist, Hannah Montana is a character. She's an artist. She's like, you know, when celebrities have like their alter egos and shit like that, Hannah Montana was a celebrity on her own. And then we had Miley as a celebrity on her own too, just as well. And I think that really did take a toll on Miley when she grew up, because she kept having to play two different people, and that line started to get very, very blurred, and she couldn't really figure out who she was at the end of the day, which is very, very sad. I do feel for her on that aspect there. But then it's just Hannah Montana. We have the music. We have this and that and the third. But they had the entire TV show. Hannah Montana mainly was made because Disney just really wanted to have like a next big thing when it came to like a musical act. Because at this time period, Disney was slowly starting to get more into like the music scene, the musical scene, because they had the success of the Cheetah Girls. And then, you know, High School Musical was starting to pop off around the same time just as well. But we had a TV show. We actually had something that people can tune into every single week that had to do with the subject of money. The Hannah Montana soundtrack sold well. There was so much merchandise that was sold for this fucking character. But let me tell you something. It was very authentic, and it was low-key something that we had never seen before. It was a show about this girl who was living a double life. We get to see that she is just this dorky, not really a fit-in, outcast type girl in her normal life. But then when we see that she puts on this wig and she puts on these clothes and starts singing, she's a completely different person. She is loved worldwide. She's basically America's sweetheart. So Hannah Montana right there, it's a very interesting and creative concept right there, because we're like, oh, usually when we see things about shit. I always drop my phone when I'm doing this. One moment. Usually when we have these series about like people growing up famous and whatever the fuck, I say like the famous Jet Jackson was like Hannah Montana before actual Hannah Montana, because the famous Jet Jackson was a show about an actor named Jet Jackson, but he wanted to, you know, live a normal fucking life. But there was no type of alter ego with him. Like, yeah, he played this character on this TV show, but he didn't necessarily keep up that image of the character on that show. He was still just Jet Jackson. Everybody knew who he was and whatever the fuck, and he just went on about his day. Everybody appreciated him, especially because them filming that TV show in his hometown was able to provide so many jobs and opportunities for the people that live there. The famous Jet Jackson is one of Disney's hidden gems, and I hate the fact that you can't fucking stream it. With Hannah Montana, it's like nobody knew Miley. Nobody absolutely knew who she was, and she was actually able to live a normal fucking life and being able to go around in places like that. A lot of people can get on here and say Hannah Montana died when it got to that point where Miley realized she didn't want to be Hannah anymore, because it was just becoming too much for her. But she was realizing that she was having a difficult time, you know, knowing who she was as a person. She was literally so young, having to play two different people. But the show did not die for me right there. It died for me when that damn movie came out, because it made me realize that Disney was putting art on the backside with this show and was trying to do whatever they could to milk it. They were trying to do whatever they fucking could to make as much money from this said thing as possible. Because for the most part, Hannah Montana had been going for a hot ass minute. The success of the Best of the Both Worlds concert movie was going well. It was selling hella toys. I had some. So much what money was being made because of Hannah Montana. Me and my sister actually had Miley Cyrus's book, Miles to Go. We had hella Hannah Montana merchandise, okay? Hannah Montana was something that was everything to us. So when we found out they were making a Hannah Montana movie, it was going to be in theaters, we were like, oh, that's how you know it's actually a big deal. Because I remember, quite frankly, like High School Musical 3 was like just as big as Hannah Montana 2 at that same time period, and that ended up getting a movie in theaters too just as well later on. But the thing with Hannah Montana that frustrates me so bad versus High School Musical 3 is that the actions that happened in High School Musical 3, the only theatrical High School Musical film, that shit is canon to the plot. Hannah Montana the movie is not canon. That's what annoys me. That's what frustrates me. It's obvious that Hannah Montana the movie was a film that was mainly just made for Hannah Montana fans. If you were not familiar with the concept of Hannah Montana, if you did not watch the television show, if you didn't know shit about Miley Stewart, not Miley Cyrus, the Hannah Montana movie was not for you. If you don't like Hannah Montana, you're most likely not gonna like the Hannah Montana film. And it's a very fun movie. It's mainly focusing on the factor of how, like I said, Miley was starting to have trouble figuring out who she actually was as a person. I'm like, is she Hannah? Is she Miley? Is she this and that and the third? But we are getting to the point where she is starting to become a bit of a diva. She got into a fight with Tyra Banks. Yes, that's literally an entire storyline. She got into a fight with Tyra Banks. She basically is low-key losing sense of who she is, and she's starting to actually believe that she is Hannah. She is starting to believe that she actually is just this big-ass pop star. And her daddy was like, no, girl, you're going to go back home and we're going to, remind you of where you came from, know your roots, know your family, know your background. You was a country ass girl at heart. And it's very cute to see. It's a very cute film. It's just about like identity and such, staying humble, being kind and respectful and whatnot. It's so much that goes into this show. And it's just like, ooh, I love this. I adore this. This is so fucking cute. But then there's a part in the movie where it's like she starts meeting this guy and they start dating and whatnot. They have like this entire relationship and whatever. She reveals that she's Hannah Montana at the end to this entire town. And you really think that we was going to sit here and believe that nobody was going to sit here and tell the world that Hannah Montana is not real. She's actually a girl named Miley Stewart. And she's brunette. She's not actually blonde. Y'all really think that people were gonna sit there and keep that secret? There were so many damn people in that shot. You really think all of them kept that damn secret? But moving forward, you want to know how that was able to stay secret? Because this movie's not canon. It's literally not canon to Hannah Montana. This movie, they said that it takes place in between a few episodes in season 3. But you want to know what irritates me the most? There's like no kind of like character development with Miley's character. Like she just kind of goes back to who she was at the entirety of season 3, just being irritating, annoying, kind of bratty. Basically, them taking her back home to her hometown was to like humble her. But like it felt like none of that progress was made when we go back to the show, because it's still that over the type farcy type series, because that's what Hannah Montana is. It's a Disney Channel show. What do we expect much from it? But it's just like, did the writers even like consider wanting to work the movie storyline into the actual series? Because I remember a friend of mine had made this video. One of my friends I met at Legacies, he made a video basically talking about society if the Hannah Montana movie was actually canon. And it was like something so funny. It was like, that clear blue sky, beautiful utopian society thing. And that just made me so mad, because I was like, no, the day that movie came out was the day it fucking died. Because it low-key just means nothing now. This movie literally doesn't fucking mean anything. If you're actually putting it in the Hannah Montana lore, it doesn't mean a fucking damn thing. If anything, it's a dream. And I'm somebody that can't stand that entire "it was all a dream" sequence, because I loved Alice in Wonderland. But then when it was revealed that her ass was just asleep the entire time, I was annoyed. I was actually annoyed as hell. I am so tired of that "it was all a dream" sequence. But it's more frustrating when you realize that Hannah Montana is a series that is episodic, but it's also pretty clear that it's an ongoing storyline. Hannah Montana is not The Simpsons. It is not a show where most of the events get reset at the end of the episode. We actually realize that these are people, real people in this world, in this situation, and it's just them going on about their days and their lives. We even learned that shit in the beginning of Hannah Montana's run, where she revealed who she was to her friends. There's an entire episode where she basically comes out to Oliver and tells him, "I'm Hannah." There's an entire episode, it's literally the fucking pilot, where she comes out and tells Lily that she's Hannah. And then next thing you know, she starts bringing her friends everywhere with her, where she, has Lily dressed up as her alternative, which is Lola Fontana. I hope I said that Lola. It's Lola. But then, you know, Oliver ends up having his alter ego too, just as well. And he's like Mike Stanley. It's stuff that keeps going on. These are people. This is a series. This is an entire universe. There is lore to this shit. Hannah Montana is not a reset at the end series. But this movie, the entirety of this movie's existence tries to treat it like it is. And that's what makes it so damn annoying. And it low-key just feels like this movie was a waste of time when it comes to the subject of art. Like, it feels like they just wasted so much of them putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this film, because at the end of the day, it's not even necessarily important. It was just there to make money. Because last time I checked, that movie made a lot of money. It didn't even make money with people just going to see the fucking film. They were selling merchandise for this movie. And I know, because my mama bought me some of it. They were selling dolls, clothing. There was so much shit. There's a whole fucking soundtrack that goes along with it. So much was made from the existence of this film simply for the sake of it just wanting to make money. What is the purpose? Why does it matter? What does it mean? It doesn't fucking mean anything. I'm sorry if y'all feel like I'm just sitting here ranting about Hannah Montana, but that is just something that really worries me when it comes to the subject of art and how money ruins art overall all the time. Like I said, the main purpose of Hollywood is to, one, make money, and then to, two, entertain. And that was the overall objective when it came to Hannah Montana the movie. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here and act like Hannah Montana the movie is a perfect film, because there's numerous issues with this shit. I'm not even going to say that. The thing that happened with Tyra Banks, that was just like Tyra Banks. But there's so many fucking problems with this film. But overall, it is a fun, entertaining, heartfelt family film. Knowing that all of this work went into this movie, and it was better than so much of the writing that we were actually seeing in the series, knowing that it just doesn't fucking matter anymore and it was just made for the sake of making more money that this franchise has already made, is frustrating. It's frustrating. I'm telling y'all, capitalism always ruining art. Capitalism always affects art in the worst ways. This is some of the best writing material that we got from Hannah Montana. And knowing that it just don't mean shit is annoying. Don't mean shit, it's frustrating. But you want to know something else that came out of Hannah Montana the movie? The Climb stay being played in the mall. They're always playing Decline. I be going into Walmart, I hear Decline. So many stores I go into, I hear Decline. So yeah, was it worth it? I don't know. You tell me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and, like, you know, getting on here and watching me rant about fucking Hannah Montana, because baby, it is annoying. I'm just like, yeah, I just wanted to rant because I've had my opinions about Hannah Montana the movie for a minute. Mainly just me being frustrated with the fact that it wasn't canon, and that's just where the show kind of peaked at, low-key. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow me on everything at Hariana, HARIYNA. Thank you for everybody that purchased my Black Friday sale. I will be getting your orders out as soon as I can. I've been busy working, but I got y'all. I got y'all at the end of the day. I am going to be having a giveaway. So yeah, I am going to also be doing a Boxing Day sale. So yeah, be on the lookout for the day after Christmas so you can get those deals. And yeah, cosplay content all on my Instagram. I am going to be posting some more cosplay stuff for the rest of this year, but mainly this month is just me working. I'm working my ass off this entire month. It's been hectic, but you know, bills gotta be paid. Rent is due. Bills is due. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, night, whatever time of the day that you choose to watch this. I'm just thankful that you watched it with the ads on. All right, thank you. Goodbye.